You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good afternoon and welcome to your weekly Liberty Sports Show where they come to you every Saturday live from Liberty TV Online. Me, your presenter for today, na Bankole Labode Oyo. And are there with a guest in the studios today. We are going to come to shortly for introducing himself. Some of the talking points them inside the program today go include, we will look at the Chief Minister in visit to the National Stadium. So we don't get a delayed work over time now. The stadium still not reach completion yet as they play with home matches away from home. They look at the impact and timeliness of that visit there. Same way, so we go discuss the continuing strike action by clubs where they participate in the Female Premier League and assess how this go affect female football and by extension the livelihoods of the female footballers as well. We also go take a look at the international scene as today all roads lead to Berlin as we got a titanic clash between PSG and Inter Milan. So Inter Milan they in the second final in 3 years, whilst Paris Saint-Germain they return to the final 5 years after losing to Bayern Munich during the COVID-19 pandemic in Lisbon. So we go take a look at all the talking points then they. Stay tuned to Liberty TV as they come now to my guest for letting introduce himself and he go help me for Rob Motpan some of the issues there. Good afternoon, Petros, and welcome to Liberty TV Online.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Bankole. Good afternoon, all viewers out there. Yeah, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here.
Same here, Petros.
Yeah.
You're welcome once again.
Yeah.
So we just start straight off with the visit of the Chief Minister to the National Stadium. Well, for long term now, renovation if you want for column reconstruction, don't they go on at the National Stadium, where means say Leon Stars and every other sectors of we national teams not able for play with home matches within Salon, as we they play with home matches away from home. But recently we see the Chief Minister pay a visit to the National Stadium. So Petros, you have for tell reviewers what do you make of the visit of the Chief Minister in terms of the timeliness and how much impact that they can create in terms of for speed up the work?
Yeah, once more, thank you very much for the wonderful and brilliant question there. It's true, like, because this now a concern we as a sport journalism done the gaze for quite a long time. For at least this stadium will be completed 100%, because as it stands now, according to the information and the rumor we will get, like the fact that the 90%, it means 10% for at least it come into conclusions. We as a sport journalists, it done now, because we get some amount of matches and we play for national team. If you then start matches and didn't play in Sierra Leone, brother, I can say, now one thing it will take you into another level. We see, yes, exactly. We play so many couple of matches. Me and one part of the journalists we don't follow the national team for quite a long time now. Whenever then they play, all the way from Liberia, first encounter we start for play whenever the stadium be there into renovation. I think it was in Guinea who played that encounter. They will play against Guinea-Bissau. We know how that match be very, very much important, and that match become a 2-all draw, winner a 2-2. So I tell you, if you start a match and they be play in a stadium, Mr. Bankole, a different dimension, a different level. We don't see the 20 man now the pitch, the spectators, the supporters, they can able cheers up. We'll play another encounter at the Samakedo Stadium in Liberia, where we play, against Super Eagles of Nigeria, where they be defeated by 3-2. And we'll play against the Pharaohs of Egypt, where they be defeated again by 2-0. All a couple of matches are the World Cup qualifiers and at the AFCON qualifiers there. If in a national stadium the matches and if we play, I can tell you, but it will be another, different encounter rather than you playing far away from home. So far so good. I don't think that we want to see as the government of Sierra Leone for at least then come and visit the stadium for we know how the project and how the work done to go. And now we don't get an active coach, Coach Mohamed Kalon. So if we get some certain matches and we want to play at the national stadium, it could be helpful, into the World Cup qualifiers or into the AFCON qualifiers. And this time again, we don't for long. 2021 will qualify. 2022 will not qualify. You understand? So this time around, 2027 or 2028, the contract will be ended by the head coach Mohamed Kalon. And we foresee the team qualify to the AFCON 2027 to 2028. So far so good. If they work there, come into a conclusion, it could be beneficial not only for the players. For market women, it will create job facility, you understand, job opportunity for people when they are around the facility and locality for the national stadium for sale best. Then go at the end of the day, renovate some income, you understand, for at least them back will be sustainable, feed their family and all. So the visitation of the Chief Minister, don't you see, it want to urge the Chinese government for see this work here, it come into a conclusion. And another one for see, where at the past come at the studio. I see, I pass now the training center where the practice field. We see 100% work don't be done. The pavilion, the pitch, everything don't be done. So from there now, say when it comes to renovation in Bankole and all listeners out there, renovation, people like you say, it's difficult than where you build. Because where you renovate, you get for put down everything and make them, you understand, than where you build. And the renovation not only to do with the national stadium. You only with the practice field, you do with the stadium hostel, you get for do with the swimming pool. And most of the sporting disciplines that we will get in Sierra Leone, they all get facilities in the stadium. The swimming, the basketball, the tennis court. So now then they make the work the prolong.
Multi-purpose stadium.
Multi-purpose stadium. Now Olympic stadium where the Chinese government during the days of Kamadumia when we play in China, we sell now we get stadium where they advocate and talk to the Chinese government, say do it and for come and at least for structure a new stadium for the country when Sierra Leone. So the visitation of the Chief Minister would say soon as possible this stadium will come into an effective conclusion. One big thing where they make the stadium the delay, now the fact that thing them wait and they now the projects where they don't include the projects we know the day. One way I can tell you now the seats. According to the renovation, the Chinese government, where some of we go there and do an interview, then tell we say the system where they give right around the stadium, another part of the project. The rubber stadium, another part of the project. But if you want to forget, according to FIFA and CAF, if you want to forget a standard stadium, there must be a seat where we go specific say, me, na Bankole, I don't buy the tickets here, na stand 1. And stand 1, yes, exactly. And stand 1, na 632, I don't go for go stadium. If you watch into the Southern Arena, when you buy a ticket, if you know say na cover stand, you purchase for the tickets. Cover stand, they get the number. Okay, cover stand, Laguna cover stand, and are they na sit 1. So at least when you go to them, you can be comfortable. You don't go out for go and say, Sam, push for me more to them. Sam, don't squeeze you. Then anything they can make, you understand? FIFA and CAF can ban Africa when it comes to structure, or when it comes to, I mean, things that way would go by and against the rules and the regulation. So if we then Chinese government now don't come and implicit say, we forget a sitter at the stadium, I feel say it will be more delay, you understand, than no sitter. And when you get a sitter, it more make you us, it give you an advantage for us to matches them in the stadium. I feel say now they make the stadium and the delay. And another thing, you know, when you look at the track, outside the athletics, them, you know, the people that they run, can do them programs them. Okay. First time we can see where a person can win a race, you know, athletics, a person can win a race. Yeah. How we cannot say the person they win a race? Now maybe they could go Europe, you know, see this person America first. Now the Chinese government just fit say they will come with an electronic. Okay. We're gonna make them very, very simple for you. Maybe if me and you don't reach to the same point or the same line, the one first where a foot step into the line, automatically technology and AI don't come now. They're gonna say Bankole na in bit petrol because of even more faster or even more step in foot at the line where it make it win the 100 meter or 150 meter, you can understand. Yeah. So all I see and they in other parts of the project. But the Chinese government feel say, therefore, R&D for the Olympic Stadium more richer than the project. Obviously, now they make the stadium the delay, and with all that and they in place, we get them for Sierra Leone. I feel say go more good. This stadium, of course, to be seated here at the studio. I tell you, it's very, very hard for athletes. They get 2 years in competition, and now we don't pass 3 to 4 years. But they can tell you, say most of the things that they were in the project, where they put into the project, they ain't gonna make the delay. And I believe, say, into the visitation of the chief minister, likewise the new executive director, Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, and the Ministry of Sports, the stadium will conclusion coming into 2026, either April or May next year.
So there you go. Just for putting into context how relevant in be for Larry play matches at home, with home matches at home. The last time we Leon Stars lose a match where we played at the National Stadium, now something like more than 7 years ago. Yeah. It don't pass 7 years, no team that they beat Leon Star inside the National Stadium. All of the matches where we don't lose at home, the matches where we don't play away from home. Yeah. Either at the time where we they play in Cameroon or maybe not the Samuel Kedo Stadium, but within the National Stadium, it's been a while. And also, one other thing I want to bring to the notice of the viewers now that the match against Egypt, that 2-0 where we lost inside the Samuel Kedo Stadium, if that match could have taken place now the National Stadium, maybe the 12th man could have counted. So that they bring me to the next question. With the visit of the chief minister, okay, we're not going to question the timeliness, but how much speedy you think, say, this work will be complete in time for we finish with World Cup qualifiers, play we remaining matches now the National Stadium, because we still get for play, I think, Ethiopia at home. We still get Guinea-Bissau at home. We've been draw 2-2 in the first leg. Ethiopia as well, I think, will be draw 2-2 or 1-1. So those are winnable matches for us. How soon you think we can complete the renovation of the stadium and we get the opportunity for watch with Darling Leon Stars in this new era under Mohamed Kalon, as we don't see 2 brilliant performances against Guinea-Bissau and Egypt? How soon you think?
To be sincere, I would say most of the way we play at the World Cup qualifiers, we're not going to be playing at the National Stadium. That, to be frankly enough, to be sincere. So we will not get for play them.
We're looking at 2026?
Yeah, 2026. We not get for play them at the National Stadium. And the matches here we they talk about, now this year, 2025.
Definitely.
Yeah, and for at least the completion of the National Stadium be done this year and play the matches there. I feel say it will be very, very difficult. And one thing where we don't advocate are the fact that the government of Sierra Leone not only give the contract to the Chinese government and seated without doing some expectation or without doing some visitation, some monitoring.
So do you think, I don't mean for cut you short.
Yeah.
Do you think this visit by the chief minister should have come earlier? How much impact this for don't create if we don't pay this visit, let's say 5 months ago?
It's very, very good for at least where we see the chief minister come and visit for at least this year don't come into an effectiveness and in a readiness. And also the government of Sierra Leone don't really cry of Sierra Leone and say then one for play the matches na the national stadium. And one big secret we are going to tell all listeners them out there are the fact that where you they play you own matches far away from home. You they spend past how you they host a match in the country.
Definitely.
So not only the government want for be limited, we matches them at the home stadium. I think one of the big secrets we made the chief minister come and do the expansion and do the invitation of the national stadium. Let's say now we go play or host 2 matches at the Samuel Kedo Stadium. Or 6 matches that the World Cup qualifiers. You go see the National Sports Authority go write a letter to the Ministry of Finance, to the government of Sierra Leone, say they want $6 million for the matches they have for at least for be hosted and outside Sierra Leone. So let's say now if the matches are for be playing at Sierra Leone, the money will be more lesser than where we play different venues them where we can host a match. So I said the invitation of the Chief Minister Dr. Monyina Senge will become earlier than this. So it will be speed the Chinese government for at least for the UCC, the work will be done more faster. This time around, we for the see the stadium will be more concluded. Gambia, they do the same. They don't concluded. Other African countries, them way, they're closer to win. They don't concluded. Why Sierra Leone will be concluded this time around is $1 million question. So one for trade to the government of Sierra Leone and the Chinese government and the workers them. I don't know if they pay the workers them or the workers they on strike or if you say the work will be slow because of the things them where they don't add whether for their part of the project. So I can tell you, Mr. Bankole, the invitation will not be timely at all. If we don't do maybe 2 or 2.5 years, or maybe 6 or almost months before than this wire way, if you say it will be done. And we want to see the parties field don't be completed. Other side of the national stadium don't be completed. We can understand, to be sincere, we can understand say most of the sporting disciplines away, within the country, they get facility in the national stadium. If we innovate all them, maybe 40 or almost sporting disciplines in the country, it's not really easy to come to the most, watch and successful sporting discipline winner football. Where, at the arena itself, the national stadium, the main ball, the pitch itself. So far so good. We still don't call the chief minister, the Ministry of Sports and National Sports Authority for the only. Then go to monitor, not to pass you go visit, you will stay order for the past 2 or 3 months, you come back and visit. Let them get a direct contact with the Chinese government, you want to know where they lead, and same also, let them go to do inspection, visitation for CR West. Come in 2026, we won't have to wait till 2027 or 2028. 2026, let this year will be concluded, and let we go to watch through successful matches then where we get for host at the Shaka Stadium.
Definitely. So the visits appropriate but clearly not timely. And one thing where probably the viewers, some of my viewers not going to disagree with me on that the government don't spend a lot of money on football since then come to power in 2018. So for see the national stadium in renovation or reconstruction, they endure this kind of stalemate. I think it's not fair to football, and I think for government to prioritize football so highly, then for don't speed up this kind of monitoring process earlier. Not just the chief minister, but somebody else could have gone there. Wait for don't make like the Chinese people know that we are serious. We want this work to be completed in no time at all. And also a lot of people go still remember the match against Chad, the Nations Cup qualifiers, the 0-0 inside the Samuel Kedo Stadium. You see, the moment where you draw matches like that, African football, now inside you also they qualify. It is only good teams where they win away from home. Extremely good teams, or if you are very fortunate. But you qualify basically in your own backyard. So our failure to beat Chad in the Samuel Kedo Stadium, then I want you to militate against qualification to the Nations Cup in Morocco. So I think we get a long way for go, but we hope that we government and the Chinese governments go able for nip this reconstruction on the board, and we go one for see with Darling Leon Stars performing in front of us again. So we can go over to the Female Premier League as we don't get a kind of stalemate. You get a continuing strike action by participating clubs where they play now the Female Premier League, then get a disagreement over a certain amount of money where the Premier League board for being give them, but not give them until now. So as a result of that, the Club Owners Association of the Female Premier League clubs will issue out a press release a couple of weeks ago saying that they're going to boycott the remaining fixtures in the Female Premier League until the financial concerns be settled. So, Kata, what do you make of this? I mean, putting on hold participation in the remaining fixtures in the female Premier League, waiting this mean for female football and how it will impact the players as a whole?
Yeah, thank you very much. Me don't follow the game for quite a long time now, and foresee such kind of thing where they happen in the country when it comes to the National Female League, you know. We talk about female football, now the government side for at least. We see some club owners them, they will write a letter say they're not going to be, continue the league because of the balanced money, when they forget in the second phase of the league, because I'm going to understand. So the first phase be done.
Yes. Now
coming to the second phase of the league, they're going to be boycott some matches then because of the back they go in constraints where the league board they didn't need for sitting them and stuff, but they will give them some amounts of money for at least they play them more matches. I can tell you, Mr. Bankole, it's very, very difficult for be a club owner or manage football in the country. You understand? Because consider the fact that if we don't make any, you get a team na Makeni, and that team na Makeni for play a team here na Freetown, and the logistics and all. I tell you, it will be very, very difficult. And one way and other, to be sincere enough, we don't watch some different league them na the M1, you know, outside of Sierra Leone. And I don't want to see in the English Female Premier League, we see a team like Manchester United where we support, so the female boycott a league because of the English Premier League female board not give them money. A very, very, very difficult for see. A very, 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 different for you see. Why? Because of one, the circumstances. Yeah. And two, we are going to mention the fact that then as a club, they get some advertisements that we do for different communism where at the end of the month or at the end of within the contract they sign, they're going to be paid. You know, a revenue money will come for at least with or without the seed money will come up from the board, they can able to run the team.
Yeah, so that's not because that kind of society consider football for be a business.
Yeah, a business strategy, sponsorship deals and all. So now the one key mentality or one key things that we club owners don't forget. If you say you team don't play for Division 1, Division 2, and now you don't come into the Sierra Leone Premier League, the first thing if you tackle, I forget a sponsorship. You can miss Orange. You understand? You can meet Coca-Cola Commercial Bank. You can meet other offices of them. Apply, continue, constantly. I know they reject you. Meet Petroleum, meet MPDM, meet something. If you get a team where come on, na Kenema, you know, the Mena Queens, the Rising Queens, if you get a team strategically come on Abo, the Ramke. Firm companies in Abo, the Cacao companies, them companies them for at least the sponsor you. Because at the end of the day, with or without the seed money of the league, you can run your team, pay players and all. And one big thing, if we national female team reach into the WAFU zone A, final today so where they go play against Senegal, that because of the female league where they play.
Oh yes.
We will not see any foreign players them from the female national team, Sarah Queens. We go say we get female like when they compare to the man them. We go look say we get player na Blackburn when I go to Chicago can play for Sierra Leone. And the female society we not see none.
All our own base.
All our own base players. And also where they play our own base players there. Now from the league where they play. So if the league go be boycott at the end of it all. Also, we get for pool players them for going to represent Sierra Leone in the next continental stage where league not they play. So
so outside the potential solution lie to this problem. How you think say we can fix this up temporarily for the league play back. Because the last time where we host somebody here from the Female Premier League board, then we say, well, by Monday, that was 2 Mondays ago, then go try to resolve this issue and hold a meeting with the representatives of the Female Premier League clubs and try for settle them with some small thing. But I think they're not able to meet to them demands. So we be the year say them for help them with something like 20,000 leons. At least go enough, not to waiting then they ask for, but then I waiting the Premier League board, Female Premier League board be able for being committed and go give them. So we're not able to see that happen yet.
Yeah.
How you think say we can get a solution at least temporarily for the league now continue for day on suspension as in day now?
Yeah. Salon our assistance. The only thing where they help the country when it comes to football are the government. The only thing, because it's too late, but never too late. You understand? So the only thing where the league board can do, for at least, they seek financial help from the government of Sierra Leone. You understand? Because as you made mention earlier on, you don't the government of Sierra Leone don't pour more resources than money, than the economy in the country. You understand? But if they don't make crown any other person as a chairman for the league board before you start the league, wait till after you for do for come with a sponsorship in the league into the main league. An example, the Sierra Leone Premier League. What did they do earlier on in the area of victories? They bring on the New York mental group of coming in. Where I mean, not team not go to in the league say all the other football club or FC Kalongo go to say they don't go boycott matches because of they don't get money from the league board. New York last year be sponsor 1.9 billion leons to the league. For the league will continue in the first phase. Coming into the second phase, they add the money for at least teams that don't go on strike. For the league go smoothly. At the end of the day, Bo Rangers be successful, win the league. You understand? If me or any other person where you have to start the league, two options where I go see, or two solutions where I go see. Biggest mistake where the female Premier League board do, are the fact that not be get a side where I mean for sponsorship for at least they run the league deal, not the league. We have to say if they be doing it, then they teams are not going to go constrain. So we don't be see no any letter to the other Premier Leagues clubs therefore say that they boycott matches because of they don't get the money where at least they forgot the affairs of the league. So one big thing where they for do that for at least then cry permanent solutions. For at least then cry attentions to the government for at least they help them for small seed money for do the conclusion because first phase done coming to the second phase now just so you can done no more, you understand. Some certain few matches and way they for play they know they play the kind of amount of matches that way the male league can play, you understand. So for at least they conclude them and then remaining matches them where they don't take place at the league. And one big thing is the fact that female side they don't need try. If they reach this kind of level, so I can, I can tell you back say that because of the players that we get in the league, that we sports out at the end of the day for at least they represent Sierra Leone into this kind of full competitions where we go play against Senegal City. So one big thing we therefore do, go to the government of Sierra Leone. Another thing where permanent solution we have to say therefore do, club owners them. This is not a message for now. If you want for one your club, please not only depend solely and only on the league board. I made the league board to go into constraint because of, just imagine now, they get maybe 15 or 14 teams them, not the league. Starting off the league, if you don't get it, only get million euros, I can tell you, brother, what's going to be the coffer of the league board and budgets or the account? And not going to be more remaining there. So let's say if you may not seek a sponsorship, we go help me at the end of the month. For that is, I will create some revenue for pay me players them, take care of me facilities in that league. After say, we're not going to go astray. So one big thing is the fact that if you say you get a club, now I mean, at the country, limit them to the districts or limit them to the community where you do. So you get more sponsorship than from the community or from the district or from other companies. Therefore, at least they're going to be more helpful for you.
They say club owners for allow them clubs for be community owned, community centered, where the people feel like I say we can relate to these clubs, it's our own, they can come in and support through sponsorship or any other thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that is very common somehow across the male Premier League. We see a lot of male Premier League clubs who get strong community support, like the Eastern Lions, Bo Rangers.
Yeah.
So I think they can borrow a leaf from them as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. No, in the world, like, community football they play.
Sure.
No side of the world also community football. The Manchester United, they are community. They get the City, they get the United. Sure. The Arsenal, not London side. Oh, yeah. Now they get so many clubs then. You get the Tottenham Sports, you get Arsenal, you name them. You get Chelsea, where not London Derby, and all the West Ham, the Fulham, and all.
Brentford.
Yeah, the Brentford. You name them. They circulated. That's why they, yes. Yeah. The Liverpool, where you go to England. You just see, they get the Everton, they get the Liverpool, and the rest. So the clubs are limited to the community. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to concentrate when it comes to financial issue. And another big thing where I have to say they're not going to concentrate, like I made to the community, I mean, for the community step up for that and support them. Let's say now we get a club where they take part in a community club, the Ashentonians, now the female league, okay. You understand? Yeah. If they limit the club to the community, if the Ashentonians they play today, let's say a match against MK, what if you do as a club owner for Ashenton community? You just sell a ticket at the whole community. Let people, I like you know go watch door to door. You for buy tickets. Where now the minimum of 5 millions or 10 millions. You understand? Sure. Buy ticket. Let's say that if you don't sell past 1,000 or more tickets at the end of the day, it will be beneficial when the months come for the pay players. Sure. But if you limit it to yourself, say this is also community property, that your property. At the end of the day, you're going to lost. Financial bankrupt will come your way, and when financial bankrupt come your way, you cause more pressure to the league board. For at least, I mean, the cracker aids them, waiting that person now, for cracker aids them for some better, will pull some seed money them for pay as well. So far so good. I get 2 things for send to the league board and to club owners them. One, nothing more be proactive. See how best we have 6 sponsorships them out there for at least we go on a club. And to the club owners and to the league board, sorry. Only solution I want to go do, it's too late, but never too late. Seek the attentions of the government for at least then come into the East and support now for the many matches them where I mean they don't left now the female Premier League CLO 2024, yeah. 2025.
So certainly the message from Mr. Petros Carter now that club owners and stakeholders for be proactive, change their mindset and see how they for go in search of sponsorship deals, try for increase their capacity as club owners. Search for more opportunities, allow the clubs to become community owned, community supported, and let the people who belong to their respective communities they are feel like I say this is ours, we can relate to it. So by so doing, the burden go reduce by the Premier League board, female Premier League board as it is in this case, and also the government. So across the world, most clubs community-based, community-owned. Now that's the message from Petros Carter this afternoon. So shortly we go for a break. On the other side of the break, we go come and discuss international football. As today we get the conclusion of the biggest European tournament as Berlin they play host to Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain as we get a titanic clash inside the final of the UCL, UEFA Champions League. So the Italian Giants, they go into the second final inside 3 years, and the Parisian club gets the opportunity for appear inside the UCL for the second time since they lost inside the final against Bayern Munich during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic inside Lisbon. So we go come and talk more on that after the break. Stay tuned with us.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices gone. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We man them, God picking, that's a dirty power. They count on me, they count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the executive power. You call on me, count for me any hour. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. Climb the mountain just to get the news.
All right, welcome back from the break as we can focus now only and solely on the UEFA Champions League final where it take place today inside the Allianz Arena between Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. So whatever happens today, history will be the actual winner as Paris, if they win this final, then go win them for the first time inside the history, then don't go final once. Whilst Inter Milan don't win the European Cup as it was known until it was changed to the European Champions League, then don't win them actually on 3 occasions, in 1964, 1965, and then in 2010 under the great tutelage of Jose Mourinho. So, one other piece of history about this final now that this is now the 5th time where it will be hosted inside Berlin. And inside the 4 previous occasions, the teams that will be win the title that year, they be win them for the first time. It happened in 1979, Nottingham Forest won it in 1979. 1993, Marseille did it, and guess who? Marseille did beat AC Milan in that final, another club that plays their home football in San Siro, Inter Milan's fierce cross-city rivals. Borussia Dortmund did it again in 1997 at the same stadium, and as well Chelsea did it in 2012 in the same stadium. So no matter what happens today, of course, if Luis Enrique wins this title, and go find himself inside one illustrious list of coaches who don't win the Champions League with 2 different clubs. That list they go include people like Joseph Heinz, the great Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, and the list goes on and on and on. While if Filippo Inzaghi win this title today, it will become the 3rd coach after people like Fabio Capello and also Thomas Tuchel for win the Champions League at the 2nd time of asking. Women say after they not lost their first final, then go on for win them inside their 2nd attempt. Players to watch: Ousmane Dembele na Paris, them best player this season. He don't score 33 goals. He gets 12 goal involvements inside the UEFA Champions League, 8 goals and 4 assists. Lautaro Martinez, Inter Milan, then captain. If he score 1 more goal, he will become the only Inter Milan player who don't score 10 goals in UEFA Champions League history, and also become the 6th player for score in the last 16 quarter-final, semi-final, and on to the final. The 6th player to ever do it. Petros Kata, you've heard the stats. What do you think about this mouth-watering encounter between them 2 giants?
Yeah, it's really a mouth-watering encounter between the 2 sides. Consider the fact that 2 sides, the teams they don't come out, you understand? Like for the Paris Saint-Germain, I mean, they don't come out from a difficult side, you know. Most of the teams, when the giant teams in the English Premier League, then defeat them, pull them, and they get into this particular stage where the grand final we go play today, in Germany, Berlin, at the Allianz Arena, where I feel say it's a battle, a battle for supremacy between the 2 sides, because this at the highest level of football after the FIFA World Cup. We talk about the Champions League. If we win the Champions League, it will more make you a greater. Now the leagues where you play on the world, I mean itself. One big thing where people already support Real Madrid, the fact that they own, they are the landlords of of the Champions League. So so I mean, Paris Saint-Germain, a team where for the past few years they only yearn for winning the Champions League. You know, you name they get Galacticos of players, you know, back in the den, you know, the Lionel Messi, over the past 15 years, yes. We see them sign so many Galacticos of players, the Ibrahimovic, yes, you name them. So at least, so they know they try, and the one big aim They be already dominated the League One way than they win all the trophy. The one aim way for win this time around, or the one trophy for the cabinet and at the museum that the champions together don't miss. As you made mention, 5 years ago, they be defeated by Bayern Munich and Lisbon during the COVID-19. You know, we will see Neymar, the Mbappe, and all BDD. And then come for sign Lionel Messi from the Barcelona for at least then gets another this EMEA. But unfortunately, they'll not be winner. And now most of them Galacticos of players they don't go, they don't let the young ones then. The young ones they don't take up the responsibility. The Ousmane Dembele, the Bakola, Doué, and the rest. And they don't reach into this final. I mean, it's very, very good for them for reach into the final and I get 50% for at least they win. Optimistic level for me, I'll get all 2 out of 1 again, 50-50. Anyone for win, it deserves them. Looking into the Inter Milan side, you understand? For defeats, inform Barcelona into the semi-final. I mean, go into the final. Of course, honestly, you have watched that particular encounter.
The manner in which
the manner at which they qualify. You don't say, I mean, a strong side for at least they win. This, I'm here. To Paris Saint-Germain again, the manner at which they defeat Arsenal. Arsenal, we don't defeat the Lalos, the winner, and Real Madrid. And then come for defeat Arsenal away, after say, me as a Manchester United fan, and he as a Manchester fan, home and away, you go be more happy, and excited about that particular and defeat it. So far, so good. It's a 50-50 encounter. Anyone we win, I don't know if it all will be a deserving one. But for me on side, I go tell you, I go routine for the Paris Saint-Germain. Consider the fact that because they don't say for quite a long time now, they don't so far, they don't buy Galacticos or players them, they still no winner. So if you don't get a young boy there for at least the winner, it will be an history for Luis Enrique doing 2015 for the Barcelona, and it will be another history again for him today 2025 for at least a winner for Paris Saint-Germain. I wish them all to the best, but me on side way, I go there, the Paris Saint-Germain coming tonight. I will sing for them and some best the drop. The coffee go back inside Paris. Now, so far so good. All the best to them. Wish them all the best. Anyway, we win them. Deserving one. Paris Saint-Germain. Good luck to now. And into the Inter Milan way, I have to say, now a strong side, now a veteran side because in case of the player we qualify them, we score against Barcelona. It's a 39 years old player. Yeah. So don't say they get experienced players them exactly. They get experienced players them more than the Paris Saint-Germain. Why Paris Saint-Germain they get the same players them and you know say they won for winner. So far so good. 50-50 optimistic level. Wish them all the best. But I will tell people them listeners them out there say or viewers them out there say me go routine for Paris Saint-Germain coming tonight into the UEFA Champions League.
So Luis Enrique go if you win this final today, it means say you don't win them now against 2 Italian teams as in be dismantled.
Yeah, and Juventus into final.
By 3 goals to 1.
Yeah.
As that team they been get stars like Luis Suarez, Neymar, and Messi in that year. That historic treble, second treble for Barcelona. So how much of a factor you think say age and experience can play inside this match today? Outside this match will be won or lost. I mean, Inter Milan don't give 43% playing time inside all the matches to players over 30 inside this Champions League this season, 2024-2025 Champions League. Whereas Paris Saint-Germain only don't give Marquinhos. And Marquinhos is the oldest member of this Paris team. He's 31. Yes, he's the oldest starting player at least. Yeah. They only don't give him only Marquinhos playing time, who is over 30. Yeah.
So internally, I say back in the history of this, people really follow football and the fact that they get experienced players them. Players that would left the English Premier League or the First League, in Italy, they do go, I don't know if they go for fair money or for add more experience into their career.
But experience counts.
The experience counts in the game. Yes. And then they show the Barcelona into the semi-final. Yes. And I mean, experience-wise, like you say, Paris Saint-Germain, 60 after 40. I give 60% to I mean, Inter Milan in terms of experience-wise. Why 40% to, I mean, Paris Saint-Germain because of the only player we may mention on the squad, winner Tatuania, winner the skipper, winner Marquinhos. So at the end of the season, it will be left them and you will say a farewell to them as well. So far so good. For me, experience-wise, Inter Milan go be lead because of they get most of the experienced players. You know, you name them, the Mkhitaryan, the Damian. Yes. You know, they get so many experienced players the way, if you say, go and them at the end of the victory. But and statistics-wise and football analytic-wise, I choose Paris Saint-Germain 60% and 40%. I know in the whole ratio of percentage for that. Paris Saint-Germain's winner, and I mean
Paris Saint-Germain arguably get the better side in terms of players. But so as we round up now, Paris Saint-Germain get the better players. But looking at Inter Milan, they only don't trail in just 1.2% of the games then this season. How important you think say the first goal could be in a few words? The first goal in this match.
The first goal, it could be a cracky goal, a cracky goal in the second
What do I
half.
think they go get the first
And
goal?
we go see the first goal because it's a final. But I would like to see the first goal in the first half. And I will see the first goal come up from the Paris Saint-Germain side.
From
Paris.
So
Ousmane Dembele go find him back of the net
so
in the first half of
prediction
play.
now?
Yeah, the prediction will go
On the
2-1 in favor of Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris winning 2-1.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's going to be the closing cuts? We go like for holding back to your word in subsequent editions.
Yeah.
I just hope say prediction go right.
Come to, yeah.
Because if it does not, we'll be here again to laugh over it. So what's going to be the closing cuts?
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thanks to Liberty Online TV for this wonderful one. We'll come back next week for Selbest. We'll go at least get an in-depth introductions of the UEFA Champions League way we'll play tonight and other local news them really happen to the Local Premier League, female Premier League, and to the Lisbon go final today at the WAFU Zone A competition. Till then, me don't be the guest, Petros Qatar.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Petros Qatar, for joining me inside today on the edition of Liberty Sports, your weekly sports show where they come to you live from Liberty TV Online. So we will continue for bring you more editions of this program and plenty talking points in other sporting activities across the country and same way so around the world. So today we meet you back inside the same program next time. May don't be the presenter for today. Bankole Labode Oyode say. Bye-bye. Enjoy your sporting weekend and stay safe.